Right, hello everyone. Well, I've got some of the kit out still, sorting through it all. I thought I'd go through some knife sharpening with you. Everyone likes to show off their knives in most of the videos, but I'm going to show you how to sharpen them on whetstones on this one. So what we'll do, I'll go through some Scandi grinds and my multi-tool blade, and then I've got a full knife and F1, which is a convex grind, and I'll go through how I sharpen that as well. So what I'll do, I'll bring you in a little bit and then you'll see the processes, and hopefully you'll be able to do this for yourself. Right, so first of all, my knives are not particularly blunt at the moment, but to tell if a knife needs a sharpen, or obviously you know it's not razor sharp, but you can look down the blade's edge, and if you shine a lamp or a torch against it, what you'll find is you'll see flat spots and imperfections. I don't know on that blade if the camera's going to pick it up, if we'll get it right. See the dull spot reflecting the two little dots off on one way? So the idea is we're going to sharpen those out. So if you can see that on there, there's a couple of dull spots where the light's reflecting at different angles. That's what we're looking at getting out. So what we'll do, we'll get the whetstone up and start off with the 1200, and then I'll move up to the 6000 with an Agura stone for slurry. So it doesn't matter whether it's an expensive knife or a cheap knife, the principle is exactly the same. So I've got a Mora here, and we'll do that one as well. So basically what you need to do is you need to lay your knife on the stone, place your thumb by the base of the blade, and then start rocking the blade, and you'll feel it stop rocking where it's on the flat spot of the grind. So when you've found the sweet spot, you can add your other thumb onto the other side and then draw the length of the stone. I'm going to do this one-handed so you can see on the camera here. Draw the length of the stone, the whole blade. Do 4 or 5 passes and do the same on the back on the other side. So you want to find where it doesn't rock anymore and then push. And you can have another check with the light, see what you're doing, because you don't want to take too much. There's no need to take metal off when there's no point. A little bit more. So basically you just want to keep going with the same process. And when you've got it fairly sharp to on the 1200 stone, so it's pretty, there's no dinks, there's no marks, there's nothing in that now. So what we'll do then is we'll take the coarse stone out, put that back in the water for a minute, and we'll put in the 6000 grit, which is a lot finer. So this should hone your edge a lot better and polish the blade. Just tighten this jig up. So with the 6000 grit, you want to take a Agura stone, wet it up and create a slight slurry as an abrasive polish. Then we repeat the process. you can actually see on the stone we're getting the black marks. That's the metal it's leaving behind. So now when we look down the same blade edge, you shouldn't be getting any reflections off anywhere. I don't know if you can see it too well with that torch. If you hold it up to the light and run it in front of your eye, you should be able to see it run smooth all the way down with no light reflecting off at any angle. So once you've gone through the process of on the stones and you're reasonably happy you've got a good edge of it, then you can get yourself a piece of leather. I'll put mine on a paddle, take some honing paste, and then strop it. Same principle, same angles. And this will just put a very fine edge on. And that will give you a very, very, very sharp blade. So that's how you use the water stones, wet stones, on a convex grind, on a Scandi grind, flat grind, anything that's not got curved or convex blade or concaved, that'll be fine. But on the convex grind, like on the F1, you can see with the Scandi we've got the flat spots either side of the blade. This one is curved all the way to the edge. So with this I normally get some either a carpet tile, a piece of cloth, well, I've got a piece of neoprene here. I've got a piece of wet and dry sandpaper. This is 7000 grit, this one. I'll just wet it up, lay it onto the neoprene, and a very similar principle to the last method. You just take the knife and you use the edge of the table this time. I'll get my hand down the side of it, and then you just push into the paper, and basically the neoprene underneath or the carpet tile, whatever you're using, is creating a surface that's softer than the stone, so it can push in and use that for the curvature of the blade. Which in turn will give you a very, very, very nice edge. And then again, if you want, you can still use the strop because the leather's quite soft. Just to give it a little strop on the blade on there. And you can just strop your Looks like a brand new knife now. Same principle with that. If you can see any dull spots on the edge, you know where you've got to work the blade. And you can use this method for any of the multi-tools. If you need to do those, they're the same. It's got a slightly different grind on this, but it'll work exactly the same. So wet your stone up again a little bit. A bit of rub. Get a little bit of slurry going on. And then just find your I mean, if your blades need a lot of work, you just get a coarser stone to start with. Start off with a 500, 400, 600, 800, whatever you need to take your dinks and chips of your blade out. But a blunt blade is a lot more dangerous than a sharp blade, because you end up putting more pressure on the work you're trying to do, which creates more of a chance of you slipping and having an accident. So learn to sharpen your knives. It's a good skill to learn. So thanks for watching. Any questions, I'm here to help. Thank you very much. See you soon.